I'm Siswati here. I just recently finished Khazan, and let's talk about its review and the pros and cons about this game. I think I have a little bit of things that I like about this game, and there are some things I don't really usually like about this game at all, because it's kind of annoying and makes the game not fun to play. I think let's start with its graphics and performance. I think from my experience, I have like a P700X 3D processor and a 3080. So it runs relatively well. Maybe it's because of the good the V cache it has. Maybe it's well optimized. I can't really tell. But overall, the game's performance is really good, and I haven't crashed yet, so which is really nice. And it's not that intensive graphically either. So you can just have like a mid-range PC and enjoy it. And I think, hands down, this is by far the best looking Souls-like that has the anime theme to it. Best looking anime Souls-like I played for now. But it does have some issues, like it doesn't have character creation like every other Souls-like games. Like Liza B doesn't have character creation even, so you can say it's different for the preference, you know? So there is no character creation. And let's see. Performance is good, runs well, best looking game. The music is also pretty good when it hits. Like most of the Souls-like games I've seen really has dull music. But in this game it really captures that as well, you could say. The combat is very responsive. Like it has a really responsive combat. Like you can just do some really fast combos and then pretty looking badass doing so. But at the flip side, it triggers so much of your stamina. Like stamina is gonna be the most issue you're gonna have with this game, like I would say. Like for me personally, a combo based game like this probably don't really work very well with the stamina system that's from Dark Souls. Because in my argument, like in Dark Souls, you could just dodge roll, and then hit the boss once or twice. They didn't have a stamina bar, so you can just hit them, and then they will start their animation, and then you can just start to do your dodge roll stuff, right? But in this game, you have to do like so much full combo in order to do any kind of remote damage. Because they have a stamina bar and a HP bar, you have to ready some both in order to kill them. So it's kind of like sick. It's very weird. It feels weird, you know? It just feels not fun to deal with it, especially when the enemies just regen their stamina so much in the middle of the combat. Like, shooting them and watching the stamina bar just regen to full just feels so bad. You know, like I did not enjoy it. Like, especially when you're about the edge and I hit them and then boys book them, they just immediately full regen their stamina. Like, it's just such a bad feeling when that happens, you know? Happens to you many times, you know? The weapon variety is very low. Like, you got 3 weapons in this game, and the only 2 of them works very well. Like, Great Store is really slow and clunky from what I've seen. And the only weapon that's almost playable for me is just a spear. Because it's by default does stamina damage with its basic attacks, you know? Which is really good. So if you're a new player, highly recommended to play with the spear and then unlock the moonlight attack moveset. Like it is way easier to make the game way more fun, I would say. Like I would also advise you to get stamina, like stamina. You have to get stamina in this game, otherwise you will just have a bad time. So much stamina recovery is going on, which makes the game super obnoxious to deal with. And let's talk about the enemies with that. Like the combat is not like back and forth, like you wait for the boss to move, does his moves, and then you do your moves. Like it doesn't work like that. If you try to play this game like Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 3, you're gonna sit there in a boss for like at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes because the boss has so much HP and they will never stop attacking you, especially when they go into the second phase. They just keep typing their combos over and over again. So the best way of fighting them is just to bail on them without giving them an edge. It's like you are playing Sekiro, but it has that stamina cup you have to deal with, you know? Which makes it annoying, because in Sekiro, you can just sit back and parry all the attacks. Speaking of parry, the parry in this game is really inconsistent. Like, it's so bad. Like, I can parry in any other game perfectly, no problem. But in this game, I am struggling so much to figure out the parry timing on this game. I'm not sure if it's the parry timing that is bad or the hitboxes that is bad. It doesn't feel right when you press the parry and watch your character just get hit every time. And it has unnecessarily broadened mechanics as well. There is 3 kind of parries you can do in this game too. One of them is just your skill-based, weapon-based parry you can do. And then there is a overall reflection you can do. And then there is a deflection you can do. So there is a reflection and a deflection you have to deal with. You know? Why do you make it? And then there is a Mikirigo that you have to do in Sekiro as well. So you have to deal with 4 of them. Why? Who asked for those? Just having one button parry, that's enough. You know, Sekiro did it way better. So, and then let's talk about the game's design overall, Sam. It is... If I'm being honest, it is a ripoff of a ripoff. It ripped off from Neo, and Neo ripped off from Dark Souls, you know? Of all the games they wanted to rip off from, they chose Neo for some reason. I don't know why. The part mechanic is basically the smart, cheapy things in Neo as well. The stamina system, and then you get locked in place after you run out of stamina, which is a really bad mechanic. It's from Neo as well. The loot system is exactly 1-to-1 from Neo. I don't know. I don't know if they just hired media people to just make this game or something. So many mechanics, like the reused bosses are from Neo as well. Like, not really reused bosses, the way they attack. What I mean is, let me collect my thoughts. So they show you up with some mini bosses at the start, and then at the end game, they just put more of them. They just became a normal mob for you. Yeah, it's exactly from Neo as well, every other Dark Souls, but they reuse it so much. In this game, the mob variety is really low. Like, you fight the same things forever. Like, let me think of it. You fight spiders a little bit, zombies, guys with a sword, and then there is like a monkeys you have to fight. I think it's less than 10 or something. The mob variety is really low. Side quest, super boring, but you have to do it. It's actually pretty short, so that is a good part about it, but it is super boring because you fight the same thing over again. And at the early stage, the game really doesn't teach you that much to how to combo. Like, comboing in this game, you have to... The video guides I've seen in YouTube as well, not very clear. But the combos in this game, the game doesn't teach you that much. So you just have to hit your head against the wall in order to learn its combo. So there is also that issue. They used bosses, they used maps, and then the visual diarrhea when the boss fights. Like, there is so much effects going on. There is so much effects coming from you as well. I can't even see what the hell is happening in the game. You know, such a wasted potential. Yeah, it looks pretty when you are watching it, but playing it, I can't even see the guy's hand when he's hitting me. You know? There is so much visual clutter that's happening. Like, especially, it starts from the Blade Phantom, he just summons like blood arms on him, just obscures your vision. When the boss just hides behind your character, it's gotten to the point, the boss hides behind Khazan, and then hits Khazan from the freaking blind spot. You know? So, united with the clunky parry system, and then the boss, you can't see the boss that well, makes the fight sometimes really frustrating. And you just have to memorize the timings, instead of reacting to it. So you just die to the boss over and over again to memorize its timings, instead of you reacting to the boss. The dodge system is pretty good. The dodge system, especially when with the spear and the combos, like you could dodge twice with the spear, that's why I say spear is better. And by default, I think you should dodge instead of trying to parry. Because what happens is, when you try to parry, if you miss, you take a hit for some reason, and then your character goes into like a stunlock position, and you can't parry again. Which makes the parry super off and clunky. But in Liza B, for comparison, you can get hit and then knock her down on the floor, but you can parry the next hit the boss does. It does feel unrealistic, but it makes the game fun, you know? It doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. And then your combos locks you on place in this game as well. You cannot break out of your combo when you are comboing. You cannot parry in between assault. Once you start your combo, you are in for it. Unless the boss hits you and break out of your combo, you are just going to keep doing it, you know? So combined with all these aspects, which makes the game a little bit fun to fight with the mobs and bosses, because you have to deal with your stamina and combo commitment, and then worry about the hitbox and stuff like that, you know? So once you get the combos right, like it took me around, like I have to finish like 75% of the game to get my combos right. But once I got it, it is pretty fun. Like it's very combo heavy game. So if you are expecting like a Souls-like game, this is not it. It plays more like Devil May Cry than a Souls-like. It's a Devil May Cry with a stamina boss system. You have to do combos. I will say it again. You have to do combos, otherwise you won't do any damage to the boss at all. It's not gonna happen. You have to do combos. Like, I don't know what I'm doing now, I'm not sure. Maybe I have to do like a full min-max build in order to do damage or something. But as a baseline for an average player, you have to do combos in order to do damage. You know? Like, and then the bosses, oh my god. So it's harder to see what they are doing. And the final boss can inflict you with 4 different debuffs on your character. Frost, Fire, Chaos, and then there is another one I forgot. Like, why? I don't know why these new Dark Souls games think inflicting with a debuff is a difficulty. It's not really. It just adds another bar I have to deal with. You know? It doesn't add anything to the gameplay for me, at least. It's just an annoyance that you have to deal with. So I really hate that mechanic. Like every boss after the third boss, I think, almost every boss will inflict you with a debuff. So better get your portions, you know? Better get your freaking cleanse portions, and then you have to deal with. The gears are okay, like you have to craft as well. So here's the thing. Stamina, crafting, combos. You have to do all 3 of them in order to win. If you mess up or skip even one of them, you will have a bad time. Period. If you miss your combos, bad time. Stamina, bad time. Gear, bad time. Because the game is very reliant on gear and stamina combos as well. You know, in order to do more damage, you need better gear. You know, it's stuff like that. It's just like a web you have to deal with. It plays like an RPG, combo-based RPG, I would say. You know, what else is there? Like, the bosses are not that rememberable either. Like, I don't remember or care about the bosses I fight. But at the same time, the story is pretty good. There is romance, the character has some depth in the side. The story is pretty good on this game overall. But the characters that you fight, I don't feel like they are that rememberable as a person. Like, I don't remember much of the bosses that much at all. And the dragon fight is complete trash. Like, the dragon fight that you have to deal with, you will fight a dragon in this game, just as minor spoiler. And it was so bad. Like, it is the worst dragon fight ever. Like, the lock-on system and the camera miss fucking hell. It is ridiculously bad. You have to deal with it. like ginger. But I would say, here's the thing. Even though this game is not a perfect game whatsoever, but I think it is one of those souls like you have the experience. Like Liza P, Ukal, Elden Ring. Maybe you could throw in a Last of the Fallen. New One was really good as well. And then you can put Khazan there too. It completely annihilated AI limit and it deserved to annihilate it. It is way better game than an AI limit. You know? If the combat feels really good. Like especially if you get the flow of it, really responsive combat, but it has that commitment. It kind of feels like ankle weights, but it is what it is, you know? But I think they should copy the Wulong to make it even more fun, but they went with Neo. If you like it with Neo, I think you will like this game. It plays like Neo. It has the loot system, it has that stamina system you have to deal with, and the combat is very fast, you know? That's pretty much it. What else I can talk about it? Reused mobs are really often, like you see them so many times. Like even at the mid game. Like you will start to see reused mobs. Like that's pretty fortunate. You can't play as a mage. And when you block, you will still, even if you block or parry, you will still get the debuff, which is obnoxious. I hate that with my life. It is so annoying. Even if you perfectly parry, the boss will inflict you with the plague, inflict you with the fire, inflict you with frost, inflict you with cancer, inflict you with AIDS, anything. They will just inflict you with regardless. It doesn't matter if you perfect parry. He will get those. That is so bad though. When you parry, I kind of want to do that. Get AIDS, you know, would be nice. And then you have to run around in the arena a lot like this. Like in order to talk to the people. And if I want to access the blacksmith, I have to go into the portal. And then run too much here. Like this is kind of annoying. But the crafting system is very simple and easy. And it's very new player friendly as well. So you don't have to worry about that. You just have to run around a lot. Attribute system is very easy too. Like it has the loot system of a gacha game. Not a gacha game, I would say loot system of Neo. But it's way simpler and easier to do. And the respects are pretty cheap as well, so you can respec your character and then try to try out all the combos, all the things you want. I can respec my skin tree anytime I want and then refund it fully with no cost. So you can try out all the skins if you want, then try out all the weapons as well. But the main stat requires an item that you need, but you can come across this item, the regression arm, very often as well, so you don't have to worry about it. But I would say your primary damage does not come from your main stat. Like in this one, the primary stats you should get is mostly vitality and the endurance. So there is that too, and then maybe you can get proficiency for a bit. But primarily your damage comes from your weapon. And your armor set. I do not skimp out on armor sets because sets are really important in this game as well. You have to get your armor sets. You know? And then that is the lamp system is pretty good. So you can get a lamp that stops the undead from reviving. So in order to get that guy, you have to go to the pot dude. And then help him get the pots. Yeah, let me run for like 10 minutes in order to show you. Because they don't want to put the character nearby. Okay, so you find these things, they are hiding inside of pots. And then you can talk to this guy, it is like a side quest you have to do. And then you can get the lamps here. You know, each lamp has each special effects you can get. Really helpful. You need a bit of gold, but you can get them, it's no problem. And that's pretty much it, I think. That's all I can want to say. And there is a simple combo. So if you don't want to do much combos, you can play spear. And then there is a simpler combo you can do that I can make another video or something. I will say how it does. And then you can play spear if you want to have an easier time. I think the easiest weapon, or I would say the most fun weapon, in the case there is a difference. Easy means that it doesn't make the boss just die in 2 hits or anything. You will still have to do the mechanics and everything as well. It just makes it a bit easier, I would say. And more fun. Like it feels right when you use the spear, I would say. You know? It feels right and it feels well balanced. And rest of the one I can't really feel much. Like I tried it, but I didn't really like it. But this one, I'm not really a spear person, but it's very effective. And then I started to play with it, and then as you unlock the skills, it kind of grew on me. It's really good after you get the skills you need. And let's see. Yeah, like I said, it's I wouldn't say it's as good as Ungar or as bad as a year limit. It's kind of in the middle in between. It's yet another Souls-like that plays like Neo with a better combat. So you can definitely shoot the player. A score, I am not sure what kind I scored this. Like I scored Ungar really bad because it had the same issues with the bosses, like the bosses that is super cheap and they kill you really fast. Not really fast, but really in a cheap way, I would say. This game kinda has it too. 5.5 to 6, I would say. This is my score. But I would recommend it. It's not like it's a bad game or anything. I hated it till 75% of the game because I did not put the effort in. It has a really high learning curve, so you have to learn the combos. I know you will hate this game. I did hate this game from the start because the bosses are annoying. The stamina system was really bad. I was playing in an easy mode. So this game has a difficulty setting, and there is another thing I have to mention. If you go from normal to easy, you cannot switch back to easy mode, a normal mode again. So it's a one-time deal. So do not make a mistake switching to easy mode. You will get stuck on easy mode for the whole game. You know? But the normal mode at the start is really hard. So you can go from easy to normal. So you can start the game with easy and then try to learn the combat. And then you can go to normal. But I would say that is the best way to approach it because normal mode is really hard. You will get stonewalled by Viper. Straight up. And then you have to do some other shenanigans in order to win. I'm not sure. Because I didn't gear up very well when I was fighting him. But it's not too hard either. Like the bosses have really... Sometimes they have slow attacks that you can deal with. But sometimes it's just they just rubberman you. You know, like a slingshot. It just takes so long to wind up their attack and then they hit you instantly. This game has so many of those attacks. And it's really hard to see where the attack is coming from as well. So that is that. Overall, good game. Good experience. It is one of a kind of experience. Khazan is great. I don't think they're gonna make another game because it has a small player base. And then people can make a mobile game that has more income for them than this one. So I would be surprised if they make another one. But I would play if they make another one. And this, Khazan is really good. It is one of a kind. I would say. The magic looks very beautiful, but I wish they had the magic glass or something, but I'm not sure. And you are a berserker, so you don't really do magic. You just Andamamka, you know? He's an Andamamka man. Oh god, cutscenes are good. Voice acting is really good. Overall, it's a good game. Like I would say. It's fun. Like it's fun when you learn the combat. Learn the combat. Once again, you cannot play this game as a Dark Souls game. And here's my Most important advice: be aggro. You have to be aggro in this game. Like you cannot play it passive. Like it's just for me. At least it didn't work for me. Playing passive is not a good idea. I'm playing a parry build. I am a parry person. Like I love to parry, but parry in this game is a nightmare. I do not enjoy the parry system in this game whatsoever. It is bad. Straight up. The parry system in this game, bad. Like, do not waste your time trying to parry this game. Like, you can dodge, you can block maybe, but dodging is the best one. Especially if you're spear, dodge. Straight up. I mean, the level systems are good, the graphics is kind of okay if you like this kind of graphics, like you see. It's pretty, armor system is pretty good as well, the variety is there. But you have to deal with the setup, right? So there is no transmog. So if you try to mix and match your armor, you kind of look like a loser. So you have to deal with that. Not much weapon variety, you got 3. And the boss varieties are kind of okay, but the mob varieties are leaning low. Bosses are not that rememberable. So they're kind of meh. To be honest, like I don't remember much of them that much. So I think I don't think you should expect the Wukong level gameplay here. Wukong is on a different level. It was very high budget game. And this was not that high budget, but they tried to do their best. It is kind of like it's kind of surprising how this game, in terms of clunkiness, in terms of cheapness, in terms of combat, gear, variety, everything feels very similar to a Team Ninja Neo game. I don't know why. It feels very similar to it. And the policies there are also very similar to that as well. I think that's pretty much it for my review. Let me know what you guys think. And I would recommend it, definitely try it out. But wait for a sale maybe. I think for 35 bucks or something it's a steal. The lack of mobility and kinda cheapens the game a little bit. Like in my opinion, bosses are kinda obnoxious. Like I don't think many people will like the game's boss system. Like Asmongold himself just quit halfway through. Like he cannot be with it. You know? But I think he has a easy mode, so you can just play them up. You know? So that is that. Alright, that's my review.